Hello, this is Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary Rules Editor. And today we're presenting the 10th in our series of media videos for the 2020 season. And we're going to be focused on game action for the week ending November 14th. Now, before we get into our plays, a couple quick updates on instant replay through 11 weeks of our season. We are averaging 2.5 stops per game, and that's actually up a little bit versus 2.1 stops per game last season. And as far as overturns, we're averaging 1.1 overturn a game, and that's also up versus 0.9 overturns per game last year. And our replay time, we're averaging 1 minute and 29 seconds. So if you do the math on that, replay actually adds 3 minutes and 43 seconds to our game. So with that, let's get straight on into our plays. Our first play this week is an intriguing pylon play, and we're going to get a long pass down the boundary toward the pylon, and the receiver's going to make what appears to be a great catch, and the ruling on the field is touchdown. Now, replay is going to come in and take a look at this, and we get a number of good views, but probably the best view is the low end zone view looking past the goalpost. And it appears here that the foot does not touch down. And remember, this receiver has to get a body part down. So if the foot did not touch, and then the first thing the receiver hits is the pylon, he's out of bounds in the end zone, but out of bounds nonetheless. Now, if a runner hits the pylon, that runner is down at that moment, but gets goal line extended, but the runner's already established possession. This receiver has got to get a body part down, and if he first hits that pylon, then the pass is incomplete. So, interesting play. I believe the foot did not touch down. This is an incomplete pass. Play 2, we have trips, 3 receivers to the top side of the formation. And we're going to watch the 2 inside receivers, and they're going to go downfield and block. And then you're going to see number 4 from the offense. He's going to come across the middle, and he's going to make the catch really just where this area has been cleared out by the other 2 receivers. And we're going to get a call of offensive pass interference by the crew. Now, as we go back and take a look at it, the ball is snapped at the 45, and the receiver first touches the ball right in the neutral zone at the 45. So the pass did not cross the line. Now, we're going to get a really good announcement.
It was determined that the pass did not cross the line of scrimmage. Therefore, there are no fouls for offensive pass interference.
So it's the location of the ball when touched, not where the receiver is. And so this is a good pickup by the crew. And since the pass did not cross the line, we have no foul for offensive pass interference. Play 3 is an unusual play. We're going to see a kickoff. It's going to hit the ground. It's going to bounce forward, and then the receiver is going to recover the ball at the 1, and then he's going to give what appears to be a fair catch signal. Now, by rule, any signal given after a free kick is caught or strikes the ground or touches another player is considered invalid. And so this signal is invalid, and if it follows a catch or recovery of the ball, which it did, then the ball is dead when the signal is first given. So this is not a fair catch. The receiving team does not get the ball at the 25. It's going to be spotted right at the point where the ball was declared dead, right at the 1 yard line. And really, if you watch the headline judge at the pylon, he does a nice job with this. He winds the clock as soon as the receiver touches it, and then after the signal, he's going to kill the clock very calmly and spot the ball at the 1. Nice job by our headline judge, not being confused, knowing his rules. Play 4, we're going to get a surprise onside kick. And now remember, the ball must go 10 yards or be touched by a receiving team player before the kickers are eligible to touch the ball. And so as we see this play, you're going to see a receiving team player. He does come across his restraining line. He first touches the ball. He muffs it. There's a scramble for the ball. And then ultimately, the ruling on the field is going to be a recovery by the kicking team. So now as we go back and start to break down the play, we're going to see that the receiver did come across, but before he touches the ball, you're going to see number 23 from the kicking team is going to block a receiving team player. And remember that the kickers cannot block a receiving team player until they are eligible to touch the ball. So this block is before the ball has gone 10 yards and before the receiver touched it. So it's an illegal block. Replay is going to come in and make this an illegal block. And this is one of the 8 fouls that can be created by replay. And so the penalty for this is 5 yards from the previous spot and a re-kick. Play 5, we're going to get a screen pass by the offense. And the receiver's going to catch it with big blockers out in front. And you're going to see defensive back number 2, he's going to come up and he's going to block low, big number 66, who's out front leading the play. Now, we get a call for an illegal block below the waist, and the defense is allowed to block below the waist as long as the block is directed from the front and is within 5 yards behind or 5 yards beyond the neutral zone. And so on this play, we were snapping at the 10, and the block is about 7 yards downfield. So even though it's directed from the front, it's beyond 5 yards from the neutral zone. So this is a correct call for an illegal block below the waist. Play 6 is going to be a 2-play vignette, and we're going to be looking at automatic unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. Now, this first play, the receiver is going to make a great catch for a touchdown, and then he's going to celebrate by ripping his helmet off, and this is an automatic unsportsmanlike conduct foul. If the player removes their helmet after the ball is dead, before they're back in the team area, it's a foul. And then the second play, we're going to see similar, a touchdown catch, and then you're going to see a teammate celebrating with his helmet off. And if we take a look at it, this player actually leaves the team area, runs down to celebrate with the team. So that's 2 reasons. You can't leave the team area, run into the end zone to celebrate a touchdown, and certainly you can't leave that with your helmet off. So both of these are automatic unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. Play 7 is a punt play, and we're going to get a call by our referee of running into the kicker. And as we go back and take a look at the replay, what you're going to see is the defender simply runs through the kicking leg of the punter here. And so what are our guidelines? What are our philosophies on ruling on this type of play? So what the rule book says is incidental contact with the kicker is not a foul. Running into the kicker is when the kicker is displaced from his position but not rough, and roughing is a foul that endangers the kicker. So we really have to dig deeper into our philosophies. And so as officials, it shall always be roughing the kicker when there's forcible contact to the plant leg of the kicker. And it shall be running into the kicker if the defender simply runs through the kicking leg and there's no forcible contact. And that's what we had here. And then all other contact shall be based on the severity and the potential for injury to the kicker. So this is a good call for running into the kicker. It's a 5-yard penalty, where roughing is a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Our last play this week is another surprise onside kick. And what we're going to see is the receiver is going to step up to his restraining line, and he's going to first touch the ball there, and then immediately he's going to get firm control. He's got clear possession, so no issues there. But the crew has 2 flags down on the play, and we're going to get a really good announcement by our referee.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the kicking team. Offside, kicking team number 6. That penalty is declined. Personal foul targeting kicking team number 55. The previous play is under further review.
As we go back and look at both of these fouls, first we're going to look at the offside, and you're going to see the player next to the kicker has a foot down across the restraining line when the kicker's toe meets the ball. So remember, we worked this as a plane on an onside kick, so this is a correct call for offside. And then as we look at the targeting by number 55, and the center judge has got a great view of this, looking right in on it, you're going to see number 55, he's going to come in, he's going to lower his head, he's going to lead with his head, and he's going to make forcible contact with the receiver with the crown of his helmet. So this is a correct call for targeting, and replay will actually confirm this call, and number 55 is disqualified. Well, that's it for our plays this week, and we really appreciate your time and your feedback on these videos. That's very helpful. And we continue to stress safe habits with our officials, masking up and distancing whenever we can in order to not only protect themselves, but the student athletes, the coaches, and really everybody in the team area. That is so important. So best of luck to all this week, and I hope you stay safe and healthy.